This is Behind the Scenes with that youth pastor dude. We're showing you how we do everything that we do.
You want to make your own videos. Maybe you don't want to do it like we do it like every week with that youth pastor dude, but maybe you just have one video that you'd like to make for your youth group, or maybe you're a student and you'd like to make one sweet video, opposite way. And if you want to do that, we are going to show you some inexpensive ways to update your equipment and do things, do it yourself, but do it professional when you do it yourself. So enjoy these possibly boring clips if you're not really into tech stuff, but if you're into tech stuff, I think you'll dig it. Behind the scenes, baby. Hello and welcome to Behind the Scenes with that youth pastor dude. This is Paul, our tech guy, and today we're going to talk to you about our lighting rig and our camera, but today we're going to start with our lighting rig. Here's what we've been using for lights. We've been using these floodlights. You can just buy them at Walmart, but they cast some serious shadows, so we've decided to make some soft boxes. We're going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so we have everything laid out that you'll need to make your do-it-yourself homemade softbox. So we're going to start with just this light right here. This is just your standard clamp light that you can get at Walmart. We went with 8.5 inch, and it comes with like about a 6-foot cord. I think this was about $7 at Walmart. And then what you're going to need is you're going to need some light bulbs. We're going with like the flood track and recess type of light bulbs. The floodlights. This comes with 2 bulbs. I think this was $4 at Walmart. Lighting can get really expensive as far as bulbs go, but you just need something that's going to be really bright. You're also going to need a Sharpie, just whatever type of Sharpie you can get. A box cutter, which might not work the best depending upon what box you choose to use. We ended up getting a kitchen knife that is very serrated, and it ended up helping us get the opening. And then we used a screw. We're just going to use a screw to open the hole so that we can then get the knife in there and start serrating. Then you're going to need some metallic spray paint here, and we went with like a silver chrome type of finish. And then also some duct tape that is silver. These are all things you can get at Walmart. We did everything at Walmart, so it should be pretty easy for you to get. Then you're going to need a white sheet, and that's right here. Then this is what we went with. You can go with whatever box you want, whatever size you want, but this is the box we went with. It is, if you come around, this is where it's at. It's a 58 quart, 55 liter. It's a Sterilite clear box is what we went with. And here's how it works. Step one, you're going to spray paint the inside of the box. You're going to spray paint the inside of the box, let that dry. Put a couple coats on because you want the inside of the box to be blocked from any light coming out, where you can like see my hand here. Once you spray paint it, you don't want to be able to see your hand or anything on the outside. You want it to be nice and spray painted good. Then what you're going to do next, after you spray painted it, you're going to draw a hole across right here that is smaller than this, because you want this to fit in here from the inside of the box to where it stops and can pick up, where it stops and can actually pick up the box if you were to do this with it. So that's what you want to do. You want to draw that. Then you want to get your hole started after you've drawn that with the screw. You need to be very careful in this process, especially if you're using a plastic like this. The plastic will splinter and crack. If you have a drill or you have another way of doing it where you know that the plastic won't splinter and crack, then that works as well. But for us, we're just, I don't know, we're kind of doing this differently maybe than smart people might. Then we have a razor blade knife, which you can try to use that. Like I said, it all depends on the surface you choose to use. The razor blade knife did not work that well for us, so we went with the serrated knife and just kind of sawed slowly around. If it does splinter, it's not the end of the world. Don't freak out. On our first box, it splintered. We'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And then what we did was we just duct taped the splinter really, really good to where it's not affecting it at all. So once again, the duct tape is right here. And once you get the light in there, you want to duct tape it on both sides down just super good, because you want the light itself to be able to hold the box up. So it needs to be attached to there really, really good. And then the last step, once you get the light bulb in, you're going to have a light, right here is where your light's going to be. It's It's going to be on the other side, so it'll be like, you know, right there's going to be the light. Now you have a light shining and you have everything right. Then you need to take the sheet, you need to cut it to size to where it hangs over a couple inches, and then you can mount that to it however you want. Some people might use Velcro to mount it if you want it to be something that you can take off easily. I think what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and use the duct tape because we've decided that we're not really going to need to get in there unless we need to change a bulb, which will be hopefully a pretty rare occasion. And we also know that we've used Velcro for other things, and when it gets hot, the adhesive tends to come off, and since this is a lighting unit, it's obviously going to get hot, and we don't want the adhesive to come off. Okay, so here's our finished light box, and as you can see, I know I tried to explain it, but it was kind of hard to explain. The light bulb, the hole is cut to where the light bulb actually sticks out a little bit because the lighting fixture itself sticks out a little bit because you want the hole to be obviously smaller than the lip of the lighting unit. So this is what it looks like. This has been spray painted. As you can see, it used to be a clear box. Now it's spray painted silver inside, so the light's going to definitely bounce off it nice and good. And we have duct taped, as you can see, quite a bit to make sure that stays on there. Then if you come to the back right here, we've also duct taped a lot. And here's where it splintered, just so you can see if you have this issue. It's not the end of the world. It's splintered off here. The splinter only went to about right here, but we duct taped it really good, wanting to keep that from hindering our box. We currently don't have the white sheet cut for this yet, but we already have put the white sheet up to it, and it looks beautiful the way it shines light. We're making 3 of these exact boxes for that youth pastor dude. Like I said, we've been using these lights, but they cast some serious shadows. These light boxes, these soft boxes, will glow on us instead of casting a lot of shadows. So the lighting that you've been seeing for that youth pastor dude will be just a ton better when we use these. So the next question you might have is kind of like how we're going to mount these. Well, we're taking our lights off the other unit, and we're going to try to mount it to this. As you can see, Paul's kind of messing with it right now, trying to get it right. Some other things that you can mount to that we've seen people mount to are music stands. The other thing you can mount to is a microphone stand. But the real deal is you can just use anything that has kind of like a tripod bottom. We've seen actually people use tripods to work these. The tough thing is that you would like to be able to get it to mount to something to where you can turn it and move it and go up and down with it so that you can adjust the lighting of it wherever you would like to. So tripod might be the best, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and use this until maybe we can find some tripods on Craigslist for like 10 bucks or something. This is the final product, lighting box. Once the iron sheet is put on and we duct taped it to the stand. It looks pretty good. Here's what it looks like on. Just flip it on, and we have a glowing light source coming from there that's going to cast no shadows on what it shines on. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm right in front of it right now, and it probably looks pretty sweet. So hopefully that youth pastor dude, you'll be able to notice the lighting difference.
If you guys have any questions about our do-it-yourself softbox, just leave your comments right there below, and we'll get back to you and try to answer all your questions.